Hello everybody, this is Moses from Wilona's Cave, and we are going to get right into it. I'm going to be using a card system, a game system. Call to Adventure is the name of the game. I like to use Call to Adventure to create a backstory for my characters and NPCs. I like it so much that I have every box set and an expansion. The premise is simple. You have a character and 3 acts. Act 1 is the character's origin story. Act 2 is the character's motivation. And Act 3 is the character's destiny. In the Witcher solo RPG series here on this channel, one of the threads is why is Elras a critically extreme yes halfling? So instead of coming up with the backstory or rolling on random tables, I decided to use Call to Adventure. I like to retain or take note of all the type of cards I deal myself. Every card adds to the story. So let us begin with Act 1, the character's origin story. Narrow escape. Elras lost his mother and father to an illness, and his uncle took him in, but they had to leave their home and find a new one due to the majority of the citizens getting ill and passing. Settler. Elras began his life following his uncle to locations that were more hospitable for halflings. First love. Elras and his uncle found a new home in a valley near the Demelza Mountains. Elras enjoyed his new home immensely and also enjoyed a newfound friend. Time went by and their friendship became more. Childhood friend. Many years have gone by and Elras had grown and was maturing. He had a very close friend which was a human whom he trusted more than anyone, as much or even more than his uncle. This friend was always there for Elras. Mentor. Elras demonstrated much potential in the powers of magic. His uncle tells Elras that it would be best if he had a mentor to guide him through his study of magic. His uncle knew a powerful wizard and was comfortable letting Elras go with the wizard due to the wizard being good of heart. Glorious victory. The wizard and his halfling apprentice Elras were sent on a quest by a noble to dispel evil within a deep cave that had vicious and evil necromancers that would delve into the study of the wicked. Fateful choice. After Elras and his mentoring wizard defeated every necromancer and evil entity in the cave, they went back to the noble's home for a party. Elras overheard one of the noble's family members saying that since the necromancers are dealt with, we do not need this wizard any longer. The wizard knows too many of our family's secrets and he needs to be dealt with as well. Elras was infuriated and waited till nightfall. He waited till he knew the noble's family member was alone and then cast a flesh to stone spell onto the family member. The family member was permanently transformed into stone. The noble and the wizard found out what happened. The noble wanted him dead, but the wizard came up with a plan for Elras to run away, and that is what he did. Act 2. The character's motivation. Driven to despair. Months and then years passed, and Elras became angrier and envious. He used all the teachings from his kind mentor for vengeance. Vengeance for his own name. No one was going to step in his way. True love. One glorious day, all of the pain that Elras had melted away. He saw the most beautiful and innocent person he has ever met. Then they both fell in love with each other. Princess. The one he fell in love with was a princess, and the princess loved him as well. Bend the rules. The king and queen did not approve of Elras or their love. The princess begged her mother to reconsider and bend the rules for love. The queen was very displeased with her daughter and told Elras to leave her kingdom. Tap into darkness. Elras tried to contain his anger, an emotion he had not felt in a very long time. But when the queen stated he was banished from her kingdom, he snapped and was about to cast a spell on her. But when he saw the princess's eyes, he calmed himself and stopped casting the spell. He said farewell and left the kingdom. The Warlock. Word got around about the halfling apprentice that turned a member of the noble's family to stone. The story even went to the far reaches of the forest realm, to a very powerful warlock deep in Wilona's cave. This warlock wanted to mentor this halfling, but not in the light, but in the dark magic. He found Elras north of Diamond Lake and told him how amazing and powerful Elras was, and how much more powerful he could make him. Elras wanted to fight the urge to accept the warlock's proposal, but he was utterly tired of life and had no one to go to any longer. After all, who would love someone that would turn someone to stone? Dark Lord's champion. Time went by and Elras studied under the warlock's mentorship. Elras was not only more powerful than he ever was before, but he also learned much more quickly with the dark arts. Elras was so powerful that the warlock would send him on quests alone that would normally take 10 mages to complete, but Elras could do it on his own. The warlock gave Elras the title of the Dark Lord's Champion, a name feared among the forest realm. Warlock's Blight. The warlock gave Elras a very special task and only trusted him with it. The task was to travel all over the forest realm and spread evil, annoyance, regret, pain, suffering, and distrust among the people. And as for Act 3, Elras' destiny, well, that will be for another day, or maybe will be presented throughout the Witcher solo RPG series. So keep in mind that you know, and I know, Elras' backstory, but Merrick, the Witcher, Hannah, nor Diggory know the true backstory of Elras, our critically extreme yes halfling. Thank you all for watching the backstory of Elras, and I hope you enjoyed another episode of Wilona's Cave. Happy gaming, everyone. Bye.